Is it a talk show? Is it a game show? It's both. Hello, I'm Jessica York in the Dish Studio. Talk show The Game Show is the newest series Wednesday nights on truTV. That's channel 242 on Dish. On Talk Show The Game Show, comedians and celebrities visit host Guy Branum, who rates the guests on their skills as a talk show guest.
I was in Hawaii filming a movie with Amy Schumer, Mother's Day weekend. It's called Snatched with Goldie Hawn, Joan Cusack.
Now, we had a lot of fun with Guy talking about Talk Show The Game Show, and we surprised him with a little contest of our own.
Here we go!
This is Talk Show The Game Show, where we've decided to take the unspoken rules of talk shows and make them official. Here's how it's going to work. I'm gonna interview each of my guests one at a time. During those interviews, they can earn points by doing the things all talk show guests do, like name drop.
Name drop, 2 points.
Or mentioning a charity.
Mention charity, 2 points.
Then, additional points will be awarded for performance and strategy by our judges. At the end of regulation play, the guests with the top 2 scores will compete for the grand prize in the high-stakes, scintillating lightning round. Enough talk. It's time to play Talk Show The Game Show.
How long have you done stand-up?
Oh, that's an indelicate question, Jessica. It implies how old I am. Let's say a decade.
Okay, so you
Yes.
started when you were 8,
Very
9,
young, yes.
10? Yeah. When did you know that you were funny?
Oh, I'm still questioning that. No, I didn't come from a place where what I did was funny. So it took until I got to like college before I started to realize like people might be entertained by what I did. Before that, it was all just for me.
Did you have that one moment where you cracked a joke and people really laughed and you were like, oh, I could do something with that?
One time when I was like first starting stand-up, I was at a little open mic in San Francisco, and Robin Williams came out of nowhere and did a set and like stuck around and watched absolutely everyone's material, and then afterwards he like came up and said very nice things. And it was one of those moments where like, since then, when there have been like hard times or times where you were like, is this really the profession for me? Being able to remember like, that guy thought I was funny. If he saw something, then maybe I should keep going.
That's pretty big. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's what a great memory.
Yeah.
Tell me how this show came about, which I think is brilliant, by the way.
Oh, thanks so much. About 15 years ago, I was in a van on my way to a Quiz Bowl tournament in the Midwest, and we were drunk and talking, and I realized that publicists had ruined talk shows, and that there was a right and wrong way to be a guest on a talk show, and that there should be a game show where you proved how good you were as a talk show guest. And that just sort of like floated around in my head for like 10 years. And then after I had worked on Chelsea Lately for 3 years and like knew how a talk show worked, I was unemployed and didn't know what to do with myself. And I said, why don't I make that? One night I got, again, very, very drunk.
It helps.
Wrote up a very dense list of rules, and then booked space at the Improv, and they took a chance on it, and I've been doing it live for about 5 years now, and people who do it have a great time. Like, at the end of the day, the thing that's most awesome about it is all of the people who have been guests, like people like Retta and Wendy McClendon-Covey and Diablo Cody, have come and done the live show, and all of them leave, even if they lose, leave dazzled by the experience.
Mm-hmm. I was in Hawaii filming a movie with Amy Schumer, Mother's Day weekend. It's called Snatched with Goldie Hawn, Joan Cusack.
So now that you're a huge star, do you only accept films that are in vacation destinations?
It is a plus. Like you're not gonna find me doing a movie in the Congo. I'm sorry, it's just not my thing.
Did you guys like hang out with each other?
We had a great time. Got in a little bit of a trouble.
What trouble was that?
See, Amy has all this energy. She has like just that drive, that annoying Kevin Hart energy. You know, where we got to do everything. You know, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's time. Wanda. Wanda Sykes.
Yes.
You came to play.
I came to play.
I thought that was amazing work.
Well, thank you.
Particularly good dog handling.
Yes, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Right, Simon?
What are the rules to being a good talk show guest?
So on Talk Show, the game show, you have a limit of 3 minutes. At the end of those 3 minutes, you get an air horn, you're done. During that period of time, you need to be scoring points by name dropping, by plugging your projects, by telling fun anecdotes about the set. Name drop gets you 2 points, and plug project gets you 2 points, a full anecdote gets you 5 points. There are like 30 ways to score points. And then at the end of it, there's a fabulous panel of judges who said, did you do a good job? Was it artistic? Was it beautiful? And then at the end, there's a splashy lightning round, and we declare a winner. One time I had Billy Eichner from Billy on the Street, Wendy McClendon-Covey from the Goldbergs, and then an open micer from Los Angeles who nobody's heard of. And Billy and Wendy were dazzling, and that open micer came in and she tore them apart. It was magical. Michelle Buteau from VH1, she won our first Tournament of Champions without ever understanding the rules.
She was just good.
She was good. She got thrown out of the game for 30 seconds for cursing too much, but her natural ability to talk about herself shone through. It was magical.
And do you think that you would be a good guest of a talk show?
For me to be a guest on Talk Show the Game Show would be a conflict of interest. It would be a violation of the separation of powers of Talk Show the Game Show. I would hope that I would be good. Luckily, I never have to answer that question. I only have to elicit the best behavior and play defense. I mean, let's think about it. The whole time, everybody's having to deal with the fact that I love to talk about myself and am willing to turn their cute anecdote about Zac Efron into telling about that time we fell asleep on a couch next to each other. I want to tell that story. I want to get in the way of you being able to tell your story.
Right.
But
so you're
Jessica,
human.
I think you would be dazzling on the show.
If you invite me, I will be there.
We would love to have
Yes. Now, is this something that you might have like a best of show, like your most dazzling competitors come together and have a show off?
The dream is, if the show goes longer than one season, to at the end of the year have a tournament of champions where the best players from previously in the year show up and show off against each other. I think it would rival the Olympics.
Ooh. Now, who's your ultimate guest that you've either had or that you're trying to get on the show?
Jessica, it's not about a single guest. It is about a panel. It is about interaction. It is about those conversations. For me, the ultimate panel would be Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg,
Yes.
New England Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski, and then just for a little eye candy, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. I think that would be fun. I think it would be breezy. I think it would be light. We would all have a good time.
That would be amazing.
It would be amazing.
Can I at least be in the studio audience for,
Absolutely.
for that dream panel
Yes.
show?
Jessica, we would love to have you in any situation. With jewelry like that, please.
Do you have an air horn, girl? Because I can do that.
It's a union job, Jessica. You need to get into the union.
How do you know I'm not in the air horn union?
I'm sorry, that was an unfair
Yes.
assumption. And I should never imply that a woman doesn't have the skills to do the job.
Yeah, thank you.
you for putting me in my place, Jessica.
I mean, I am horny.
I can.
Like,
We all are, Jessica. It's an important aspect of life.
is that your real laugh?
What? Oh, yes.
Yes.
It was not in any way chemically altered
Okay.
or enhanced.
'Cause this is my-
I train naturally.
Okay, because my courtesy laugh is like your natural laugh.
Let me hear it. That's so subtle, Jessica.
Sometimes if you're brilliant, funny, I go, ha! You just get one.
Oh, no, I can't help myself from doing it. I can't stop myself from doing it. Periodically, people who are friends of mine will be like, hey, were you at Sandra Bernhardt's album taping? And I'm like, no, I wasn't. And then I found out I was, and they just heard me laughing in the background. Or people would be like, were you at midnight yesterday? And I was like, I was. How did you know?
You could actually get hired for your laugh. Just like, if I were to produce a comedy album,
Yes.
you would be #1 on my list.
Jessica, if you record a comedy album, just let me know, okay? Make a Facebook invite. Tell me about it.
Done. You can use my air horn.
When you're in the union.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
not.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
you know, I'd Taft-Hartley you. You could get in. So ultimately,
No, Jessica, let's go deeper into the laws of getting people into unions. You just
Yes.
referenced a federal law from the 30s. I'm really enjoying it.
thank you for recognizing that. Let's put this out 2 or 3 seasons down the road.
Pa, Kanahora, let's hope and pray.
Would this ever be something that you would want to take like on a national scale to really teach those guests on how to, meaning like go on tour as like a clinic, a self-help? Because sometimes interviewing people, it's really tough. For me personally, I kind of would like you to have like a a national clinic for all the potential guests.
Clinics would create feeder programs where young people can train as hosts and guests. I think that's very important. I mean, the live show, we've already done it in Portland, in New York. I did it in a basement underneath a video store in San Francisco. Like, we've been out there communicating with people about what correct talk show guesting is like. And I'm just so glad that we're getting to use America's airwaves, or cables. John, your bonus game is entitled Eddie, Set, Go. We want to see how many baskets you can make in 30 seconds, but you must earn each basketball by successfully answering a trivia question about the film Eddie, starring you and Whoopi Goldberg. John, you will be judged on the following 3 factors: correctness of answers, accuracy of shot, and ease with which you accept this gentle ribbing. Are you ready to play?
Yes.
Let's put 30 seconds on the clock, and begin. True or false, Eddie's real name was Edwina Burgess?
False.
That's correct, it was Edwina Franklin. What year was Eddie released?
1996.
Correct. Dennis Rodman was on what actual team when the film was released in
Chicago
1996?
Bulls?
Yes, of course.
Oh.
I don't know basketball and I know
I know
that.
he been on so many teams, though.
Games were filmed at Charlotte Coliseum, which is home to which NBA team?
The Hornets.
The Hornets, that's correct. All right.
Now, would you like to know how you've been as a guest?
Jessica, I am desperate for your evaluation of me because I trust you and I trust your understanding of talk shows. How do you think I did?
Well, let's see. Let's let the points go in there.
No!
So, all right. Anecdotes.
5.
+5, Robin Williams anecdote and how he got the gig together.
That's wonderful.
I gave you 5 for spit take, even though there wasn't a spit take, but for your laugh.
Oh.
So I gave you 5. You didn't flash the host.
I didn't flash the host. I should have been plugging my project more.
Yes.
Why wasn't I mentioning?
Name drop, I gave you 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 for people like Robin, Chelsea, Billy Eichner, Zac Efron, The Ultimate Panel, so good job on that. Lie, obscure age. You started right off talking about how you weren't don't talk about my age. You mentioned travel with traveling in the bus or whatever, and get a laugh.
If the crew had given me applause breaks, think of how well I could have done.
Well, we don't allow them to interact with anyone. And then get a laugh. There's a lot of hash marks here. So do you want to give him his ultimate score?
So, what is a good score on your show?
Oh, well, it depends on the amount of time that you have. In the 3 minutes that we're doing for TV, 60-ish score on the technical is usually pretty good.
Okay.
How did I do, Jessica?
43.
But Jessica, you still have to give me an artistic score. Out of 10.
I give you a 9.5.
9.5, ladies and gentlemen, for a total score of 52.5. That's solid work. Will I make it to the lightning round? Who knows?
Actually, I'm gonna bump you up to a 9.7. That math was pretty good. I wasn't expecting that quick math on the fly.
Oh, I can't believe you guys did that. That's so awesome. Late night TV is loaded with celebs bragging, name dropping, and pimping their pet projects. So I decided to combine a talk show with a game show where people get points for bragging, name dropping, and pimping their pet projects. What organ in the body secretes insulin? Diablo Cody.
Pancreas.
Oh, no, Moby, it was Diablo Cody's.
Pancreas.
Shut up.
When you're on a talk show, it is important to do this for emphasis. And this means I'm interested, this means I was just kidding.
I'm friends with Amy Schumer.
PI knows the Big Bang Theory.
Will Smith comes running out the building.
Steve Carell, Rainn Wilson, John Krasinski.
You are getting a yellow card for excessive name dropping.
I'm not some fake Hollywood douchebag. I'm cool.
Talk show, the game show. What does Kevin James aspire to? Wanda Sykes.
Pole Block Mall Cop 3.
Me, Guy Branum.
You look great. You look like Honey Boo Boo.
Talk show, the game show.
Name a movie Madonna was good in. 10 points.
Series premiere April 5th.
Talk show, the game show is all new Wednesday nights on truTV. That's channel 242 on Dish. Remember, True 242. Now, if you've missed any truTV programs, we can help you out. If you're at home, check out truTV On Demand, and when you're on the go, check out truTV programs with Dish Anywhere. Our thanks to Guy Branum for being such a great sport. We had so much fun, and his show looks terrific. Check out Talk Show, the game show, Wednesday nights on 242. In the Dish studio, I'm Jessica York, and you know, I have met Morgan Freeman before.